Well, being my age and living through it, everything that you've done has been iconic in music and in movies and all that. But now you're touching my real heart, which is Big Three basketball. So talk to me about Big Three and how that all started and what your idea was behind it, because it's a super dope idea. It's crazy to see. Like I'm saying, that's why it's fun to have this conversation right now. Is okay, we went from music, we go to movies, and now we touch basketball. And you've been ultra successful at everything you've done. So how did you come up with Big Three, and what do you think the idea was at the beginning, and how did you obviously orchestrate it and put it together?
As a fan, that's really where the idea came. I wanted to see more hoops. I usually hibernate after the finals until football starts.
Right.
So
all of us do the same thing.
So I figured like, damn, this 2.5 months that nothing I really dig is popping. And so, this idea of 3-on-3, I love 3-on-3. I play more 3-on-3 than 5-on-5.
Yeah.
It's always been like the little cousin of 5-on-5, but never got no shine. So, years ago, over a decade ago, I was wondering, why hasn't this been elevated to the pro level? I would see different little 3-on-3, kind of weekend warrior tournaments pop up outside on the blacktop. And I was like, man, why this not inside in the arena with pros? Yeah. Could you imagine 7-footers playing 3-on-3? And so that's where the idea started to, kind of germinate. Then, I started talking to my partner, Jeff Quinans. He was, me and him just kind of start beating the idea off each other. But what kicked us over the top was Kobe scoring 60 points in his last game. Now, we was like, if a dude can score 60 points in his last game, he got so much game left, but nowhere to play, nowhere to display it on the professional level. And so that's when we started to say, hey, let's start thinking about what it would look like. Wow. And in 2016, we spent a year just kind of talking about rules. What would it look like? How could we be better than the other leagues? How could we treat our players better? Let them pick their own team, fuck a GM. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like we started to think of what's cool and how do we bring the best out the players. We started thinking of ways to get them to play hard. We saw different all-star games and stuff, and we was like, dude, you should get a little more if you win than if you lose. That'll probably bring out the real game. And so we spent 2016 calibrating the idea, and then we start talking to, the real OGs, Iceman, Clyde Drexler, Dr. J. Is this a good idea? Would you be a part of this? Gary Payton, Chauncey Billups, Jermaine O'Neal, Bonzi Wells, we talking to all the OGs. Is this a good idea? Would you be a part of it? And all of them said, yeah. And 2016, end of 2016, Kenyon Martin was the first one to actually sign a contract.
Okay.
And we was like, we got credibility. We got Kmart that give us a ton of credibility. First number 1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? And so from there, he, Jermaine O'Neal,
J.O.
All the OGs start to really sign up and buy into the idea. And, to make a long story short, we launched in 2017. Been rolling ever since. It's been a labor of love to get this league to this point.
Yeah.
We got the best professional 3-on-3 basketball league in the world. And we're very proud of it.
Cube, I grew up in South Dakota, and 3-on-3 was survived then. Like our age group, 3-on-3 basketball, those tournaments what you're talking about were the and what you said in there, talking about even Kobe that inspired you because at that age, it's true because they have a lot more to give, and these players have a lot more to give, but they just can't do it for 82 games up and down competing against consistently for I mean, like they can't do it. So what you're doing, man, like literally 3-on-3 was the vibe. Like that was what we did. Like you rolled out of the park and it was 3-on-3 tournaments every Saturday and Sunday. And I'm coming from South Dakota, so I know it's even better in every other place. But like that's just the best. 3-on-3 basketball is elite to me. There's no hiding either.
You have to. You can't hide.
I love that.
You can't be a specialist in 3-on-3.
That's why I'm sitting over here.
No
Cube, that's why I'm sitting over here, Cube. That's why I'm sitting over here.
Yeah, you gotta be able to pass, dribble, shoot, and defend, or you're gonna get exposed.
Yes.
And these guys, they've honed their skill level to the apex, and they know all the tricks of the trade. They know everything you need to know to get loose in the big three. And so, what's cool now, we're starting to open it up for younger players. So we got some of our younger stars coming in doing their thing too. And so it's the league is growing in a way that we envision, and we're just gonna keep fanning the flames.